very right time to pay attention to whatever the speakers will be saying, and make sure you mute yourself, make sure you take notes for that, because of course you will be working through the application process by yourself, though you have other sources to lean onto. But right now we're giving you a ground knowledge on how to apply. So please make sure that you take notes for that. To unlock your path to change with Turkish scholarships, you will hear more about it from our speakers. They will tell you more about it. Next slide, please. Okay, why this orientation today? So our orientation will provide insights, of course, about Turkey scholarships. Our orientation will provide tips on how to apply. Our orientation will be a roadmap to guide you through the application journey. Okay, our mandate as ENA is dedicated, of course, to ensure that underprivileged, talented young person has access to quality education through the provision of scholarship opportunities, educational programs, leadership, and entrepreneurship. So that's our dedication has ENA members, and we're quite sure that everyone who is here wants to gain that opportunity. And it's a privilege for us to host you, and it will be our own privilege if we see some of you taking up these opportunities beyond their limits. And then our mission has ENA's mission is to empower underprivileged, talented young people through education, enabling them to overcome barriers and reach their full potential. You see? Then we not go far, read it, our own vision, because at the end of the day, we envision a world where every underprivileged young person has equal opportunities, leading to a brighter future for themselves and their communities. We need scholars who will be giving an impact to the society as well to themselves, because everything starts with you and then to the community as well. We need to live an impactful life. Next slide, please. Because a little thing you need to know about these amazing people today who are hosting you. Right there, Peter is in Turkey, John in Turkey as well, myself in the US, and Ian in Kenya, Nairobi. Yeah, important thing. Please, please, we don't need like more noise. We need to keep going. And before that, we have ground rules for everyone. Mute yourself until it is your turn to talk. And there is a little bar like after, it's written reactions. Under your Zoom, there is that place written reactions. That's where you should like raise or lower your hands at the long run. Take it at the back of your mind. Then, of course, be respectful. It's online, and always we need to maintain that kind of respect in between. We don't want unnecessary things. Raise your hands and write down if you want to talk. Listen and pay attention. That's the goal of this. If you don't listen or take anything out of this meeting, it's useless and you have wasted your time. So please pay attention to that, take notes, and make sure you use that information after. Then the language we all gonna speak is English. We're all from different backgrounds, and we want to make sure that everyone gets this information right. And the only way to do that is through English. So if you are talking later, make sure that you speak in English. No any second language is needed in this. And then what we should do as the hosts of today, of course, everyone should listen carefully to what our speakers will say. And if your internet is poor, and then write down your questions or
Yeah.
anything to be clarified in the chat
But
section.
we
We have a little
can invite we got the meet. What you teach me? Yeah.
So we have a little sign at the back. We all know, like, it's kind of like a message kind of thing, like SMS kind of a message. So that's where, like, you should either write something, either clarification or a question in that chat bar. If your internet is really poor that you can't raise your voice. Next slide, please. Okay, this is for our moderator. What our moderator will do. Yen, would you go through this? Okay, let me go through it really quick. So our moderator will manage the time and flow of the sections and make the speakers the center of attention. He will not go beyond what we're doing right now. Then he will keep track of the agenda and the clock and remind the speakers and the audience of the remaining time and allow the audience enough time to formulate questions. Don't worry, don't be at rush. Our moderator will be flexible with both speakers and the participants. We'll also intervene if the speakers go off topic, interrupt each other, or dominate the conversation. So this is the man who's like, no, I got you, the participants. I have you. Like, our speakers are not taking time. I need you people to engage. So don't feel shy. Speak up whenever you want to. This person will moderate and will allow you to have your own voice. Then the moderator will provide a brief overview, introduce each speaker, and facilitate a general discussion by the audience and speakers through a Q&A section. So at the long run, we'll have questions and answers section. So please make sure that you write down whatever you want us to know or something that you're confused about and you need more clarification on it. The speakers will be there to elaborate more, and that's our focus point for everyone to depart with at least something after the end. Then continuation of that, because the moderator will help review and manage comments people leave or the messages participants send during a stream's live orientation. Then review incoming questions from the audience and decide whether they should be discussed or answered before or during or after. So please, if your question is not answered immediately during the call, don't feel sad. We got you. We'll definitely come back to you after and share everything in a group at the end of it. Moderator will definitely see whether we need those topics, because there are like some disrespectful questions that sometimes we don't need to pay attention, or some kind of like repetitive questions that we see we have already answered. And please, if your question is already answered, so take note of that. If you know you ask like a similar question to what is already answered. And then we'll also warn members and block them from interrupting the meeting or orientation. We're not too harsh, but if you misbehave, we're going to make sure that you're removed from the call, because time wasted cannot be gained back, okay? We need everyone to go back later at the end of the day with something. And I'm so sure all of you are committed to this. That's why you are dedicated. Then ask the right questions when any member is not able to speak, either because of network or any other implications. Next slide. After this,
please.
Thank you so much for that attention. I will welcome our moderator to take us through.
Okay, that was marvelous, Maggie. Thank you very much. That was well elaborated, and I think every participant now is aware of what is supposed to be done, what the do's and the don'ts of this orientation. Ladies and gentlemen, the members, I want to tell you that you're very lucky that you have people who take time to come and talk to you. We were once like you, and some of us just tried from nowhere and we got to where we are. I would encourage you to pay attention and take time and listen to the speakers. Daniel, mute yourself. That Zilan Daniel. Jacob Deng, I made you the host, so anybody who is not willing to be there, you can remove. I was at the point of saying I also got muted, sorry. It means that you should listen to the speakers and get time to comprehend the information given such that at the end the application is not hard for you. We shall take 1 hour and 10 minutes. The speaker of today, the presenter will be John. The presenter will take 30 minutes to present for us, to orient you on how the scholarship, the requirements and all that. Then Peter is not with us, but we have the president for South Sudan Student Association in Turkey that will take up the position of Peter. The name is Isabel Wani, who will take over later to give some points about the scholarship.
Elijah Maluk, may you mute yourself? Elijah Maluk, mute yourself. Thank you.
Yes, I was at the point of saying John will be the presenter and he will take 30 minutes to orient you on how the scholarship portal is open, how you start applying, how you make your application. It will take 30 minutes to do that. And then Peter is not with us. He was one of the speakers for today, but he's not with us. So the president for South Sudan Student Association in Turkey will take the position, and the name is Isabel Wani. Later will come in and take like 5 to 7 minutes. And then the questions, please, Yusuf. The questions Q&A session will come in whereby you will have like 10 minutes to ask your question and then back to the presenters to answer the questions in 10 minutes. And then general comment will be done by Dengbol. That will be at the end of everything. If there is another thing that will be added, then it will come at the end of the meeting there. But I want to take this time to welcome John to take us through the orientation. Please keep being muted. Listen attentively so that when you ask your question, later we are not confused. And then the thing is, if you have a question as he is presenting, if you feel you'll forget, you can write it in the question in the chat session. I will be able to record it there. Thank you very much. John, you're welcome.
Hello, everyone. I don't know if I'm very audible. If I'm audible, you can just, the administrator can let you know.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, John Madong, you are audible, or John Moncherin. Welcome, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, John Duke, the rest Dr. Ball, and some of my colleagues.
Yusuf, mute yourself. Yusuf.
Yeah, I'm getting.
All right. As stated before, I will take you through the application process for the YTV, that is the Turkey Scholarship Program. And as being the speaker of the day, I'll guide you through what are the kind of the requirements that are needed, and also some of the application procedures I'll guide you through. It's not something very hard, but I believe that most of our people have difficulties, especially the technical skills on operating the computer and even operating online stuff. So before I proceed, my name is John Madong, or you can call me John Munchirin Madong. Yeah, I'm doing masters in information systems and technology. I just came last year. I'm studying in Istanbul at Altinbaş University. So that is all about me. So let's just share to you the slides. Let me share. Yeah, is my screen visible? Hello?
Yes, it is.
All right. Yeah, as you can see, so the scholarship is about Turkish scholarships that bring you to come and study. It's actually one of the most competitive scholarship all over the world that it caters all countries all over the world. It has no specific people. So it brings everyone all over the world to come and study here, cutting across the students or even scholars who are actually having a very good academic background so that they can come and pursue their career. The applications were opened a few weeks ago, and the deadline will be on the 20th of November. 20th of February, 2024, which is next month. And thanks to the ENE, that is the Education Needs All, for having reached out to me to take you through all this. So let me just look for. I'm trying to make it. Just give me some time.
Put it in slideshow. You can put it in
Yeah, I'm trying.
slideshow. Okay.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah. So this is a summary of it of the scholarship. What does it entail? So in short, the host country will be actually Turkey, where you'll be starting from, and it's actually based on Eurasia, meaning that it's some parts in Asia, some parts in Europe. So the categories where you'll be starting with, we have undergraduates and the postgraduates. Undergraduates mean you have to study your first degree. Postgraduate will cut across the masters, PhD, and even research. The eligibility countries is cutting across all countries. And what will be your rewards? The rewards, it will actually have full scholarship, so you have nothing to pay for. And there will be actually monthly stipends for you as a student. There will be also accommodation where you'll be actually hosted. They'll give you a chance to a flight from your country of residence to here to come and study. And the deadline, which is the 20th of February. Then one thing this is part of the thing that I've just prepared for it, is how to prepare for any application scholarship. When the application came out a few weeks ago, I've seen lots of my colleagues, even some of my friends, who actually rushed to apply for the application without even having gone through what are some of the requirements needed. And that one is actually very wrong. It's good to first take time. It's not something, a scholarship is not something whereby you apply tonight, tomorrow you wake up and find everything is okay. It really needs you to invest a lot of time. You need to invest a lot of time, dedicate yourself, do more research. So one of the things you have to, first step, you have to do a research about a scholarship. They are online, we have a lot of scams, and we also have legit. So that's why it requires you to take time to do a research on a scholarship, how authentic it is, and through which program do you get that scholarship. For instance, if it is sent through education needs all, that be sure that is guaranteed, it is authenticated. And that's where I actually got my scholarship from, through UNCR. We have also, before you apply for anything, you have to check for eligibility criteria. Sometimes most of the mistake our people do is that they open, create an account, submit application, and they have not even gone through what are some of the eligibility criteria needed. One is either documents, your age limit, or even some other languages, some minor issues, but later on they will come to hunt you down. The third one, you have to also gather your documents. Have you gathered your documents? It's cutting across academic documents. Administrator, you can let me know if I'm so faster. So academic documents, also you also need to nationality documents. You also need to gather recommendation letters. Which are some of the main things highly needed. Then the fourth one, it is SOP. And PS SOP is the statement of purpose and personal statement. These are two things that people try to confuse, but that they are totally different. The statement of purpose and personal statement. Statement of purpose, when you're asked to write a statement of purpose, guys, it's strictly about the course you're applying for. See, you have to talk about the program you are applying for, why you're actually applying for it, how is it going to help you, and what are your future plans for it. So that once your statement of purpose is actually well brought out clearly, this will actually help the university or even the scholarship to give you the admission for that program you're actually applying for. But if your statement of purpose is just Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V from ChatGPT, definitely it will be detected. So SOPs requires you to take a lot of time, not even just one day. It takes even other people 7 days, more than that. You to keep on, you rewrite, proofread, seek for a mentor, get guidance, that's all. But for a personal statement, you need to talk about yourself. Yeah, you need to talk about yourself. What have you achieved? That's you have to state down your achievements. Who are you? If it is Jack or Ball, who are you? Talk about your personal achievements. That can at least boost the team, the selection team, so that they can give you that chance. Then the fifth one is obtain the recommendation letters. And this is very vital, especially for those who are actually applying for masters and PhD. Obviously, from your previous undergraduate program, you might have interacted. You might even have 2 or 3 professors. Host, you are actually meet me. Hello?
Okay, you can talk. Yeah, you can talk, John. Sorry.
It's fine, we're getting you now.
Yeah. So I was talking about the recommendation letters. So for PhDs, masters, and even other postgraduate programs, always feel free to get in touch with your academic recommendations. The recommenders, those are the referees. It can either be your lecturer or even your supervisor who was actually supervising you from your project. And it's good from your campus. Right now, you need to build a very good relationship. If you are actually sponsored by, maybe for those who are actually sponsored by Windows Trust or under UNCR, you need to build a very good rapport with those people, because one day, one time, you will be needing of their recommendations. And recommendations is one of the things that can help you to get a scholarship. If you just pick somebody who doesn't know how to write a recommendation, my friend, you will actually have a lot of issues. So get somebody, a well qualified recommender, someone who knows what he or she will write for you. Then proofread the applications. Don't just write the application, submit it without even sharing it to a friend or someone you know that he or she may help you. Send your applications, especially the SOPs, those are the essays you will be writing. Send it to a friend who has more knowledge about it. Then they will either correct you on what to do. And this is how most of the people here whom you think they are studying outside or obtain these prestigious scholarships is through reaching out to people. The next step. Don't know what happened. Yeah. Yeah. So here is the eligibility requirements I've talked about. So Turkey scholarship will focus on this, some of the eligibility requirements. One is the BSc, which is the bachelor's program. You need to have 70% academics. 70% means that there's a difference requirement from both applicants in South Sudan and those in Kenya. Or for those in Kenya, I may talk because that's where the system have gone to do. I think you need to be having a grade of maximum of C plane and above, because I have colleagues who have come here through Kenya and they had that kind of grade. For South Sudan, I'm not going to lie, but maybe for those who actually pass through the system of South Sudan, they know what is 70% entails. Then for the health sciences, if you're applying for medical courses, that is nothing. Anything related with the medical course, you need to have 90% pass mark, which is equivalent to the Kenyan system. That is around maybe B plus and above there. Then the MSCs and PhDs, you need to have 75%. If you're applying for master's program, what is required for you? You need to have a second class upper division with a very good GPA, which will range from 2.0 and above, or even 2.5 and above, or even 3, or even 4.0. That would be making it a first class. So if you are an applicant with a second class upper division, lower division, sorry, you need to support it with some work experience, maybe from the previous. Once you get a second class lower, you need to have you might have work in the field, so that you get the recommendation, so that you also get the experience in the field. So these are some of the factors they also consider. You can't just finish from your university direct and you don't have the work experience, because at the end of the day, there's a part where you have to feel what have you done? What were you doing? Is that? Then let's move to the age criteria. This is where most of them are very strict. For the bachelor's program, they have made it from 21 to 21 below. So that is like around 20 years and below. And it's okay. Yeah, thank you. So for bachelor's program, it is 21 years below. Then for master's program, it's 24 to 30, if you're in that age bracket. Then for PhDs, you have to be above maybe 35 years and above. For the research, you need to have obtained under 45 years of age. Some of the documents required, you need a valid passport, ID, UNCR proof of registration. If you are a refugee, and this is what we applied, as person applied through UNCR, and we actually using the UNCR proof of registration for application as our identity document. Then later on, after you have got the scholarship, the UNCR will actually help you to facilitate to obtain the passport of your country of origin. Because here, for you to come to Turkey or even to travel anywhere, you need to have a passport for your movement. For those in South Sudan, you need to have a valid passport or even ID. Then another requirement also needed is your passport photo, which is actually need to be and uploaded in the system. That one will not actually be required. All academic results or certificates, anything that you have, you need to have with you. Diplomas, bachelor certificates, if you're applying for masters, you have those things. Hello?
Infinix 5. Okay, you can continue.
Okay. Yeah. Another thing needed is also your transcripts. You also need to be having transcripts. For high schoolers who have recently graduated, when you go back to your school where you completed from, you might ask the school to give you a transcript from your Form 1 or even your senior one up to the year you finish your Form 4. It's just a document comprising all your how your performance.
In Phoenix, Smart 5, can you mute?
In Phoenix. Okay, thank you. Then if you're applying for master's or PhD, you need to have a transcript from your first year to your fourth year. This will actually help the team do the evaluation of how good you are in the academics. Then also you need to have international exams. But this one is if it is required. I'll put here if it is required by your university because it's not mandatory actually. So for YTB or for this Tokyo scholarship is not actually mandatory because when you come here, the language of facilitation is Turkish. For those who are applying for PhD, masters, undergraduates at the same time. It is Turkish, but there are some also other programs which are offered in English. So it's either English or Turkish, but most of the things are in Turkish. Mine, it's English. I got lucky to get a program in English. But when you're applying, just try to apply using all your programs to be in English. Then you may end up, the possibility may be some 50-50. They can either decide to give you that program in English, or you can be given in Turkish. Then just disregard the all international, this is the GMAT, the GRE, SAT, TOEFL, ELITES, all those things. Because in the system, they are not required. Proposal research for masters and PhD. This is for those people applying for your master's program or PhD under the scholarship. In the system there, you'll be told to write a research proposal. That means that you need to have a background knowledge on how to draft a proposal. So come up with a research on a research idea. What are you going to be doing? What are you going to do as your dissertation or even your thesis in your master's program or even your PhD? So it's highly required, and this one will help you to evaluate people to evaluate the team, the applicants, if they actually qualified for the scholarship. Yeah. So the next one is how this is the process of applying. One, you just need to create an account, your personal account, from the link which will be provided to you. It's there. Number two, you need to upload all your documents. All your documents. Then you also need to insert extra activities or even awards or even achievements. Anything that you have achieved, both in at the high school level, if you're applying for degrees, and also at the bachelor's level, what did you achieve? So if you're someone doing community services, that is added advantage. But if you have nothing at all, try all means, maybe you might be doing something. Then in the system, there's also a list of universities and programs, several universities. And Turkey is one of the countries with the high standard of education. And if you're qualified, you're given that program. It doesn't matter. As long as you're qualified for that program, they'll give it to you. So there are a lot of list of universities whereby you select the university and the program, you'll see from there. Then for the essays, you have to write the essays already explained to you. It's normally personal statement and statement of purpose. Then later on, you just need to submit. These 5 steps are not actually very hard. And this is how it looks like. Once you click on that link, for application, it will prompt you to create an account. And the easiest way is, first thing that will pop up, it's in Turkish. And I know all of people don't know how to speak Turkish. So use the Google, change your browser to do the translation so that the page that appears on the screen is actually in English. Are you getting? So it will prompt you to log in, enter the names, date of birth, your nationality, your citizenship, everything there, and your email. Then after that, when you click everything okay, there's a verification code that will actually be sent to your email. That verification link, you have to click it to activate. Once you activate it, This is the page that will pop up. Your name, that is, I've just used sample Peter McCall. Okay, that is the name Peter. Middle name can be McCall, surname Okello, residence nationality is Kenyan, something like that. And make sure that all these names, those are the exact names that appear on your documents or even your passport. If you mess up without changing it to make a difference, it will actually bring some complications. And then this is a message that actually pop up. Here, Peter McCall, registration has been successfully completed. Thanks you for choosing Turkey Scholarship. An activation email has been sent to your email address to activate this account. Are you getting it? So once it is like that, you need to go to your email and do the activation. Competitive scholarship. All the world, most of the countries, especially from the Asian side, they are applying for it and they're actually coming to Turkey. So you need to be very unique. It doesn't mean that if you're coming from South Sudan, you'll be given a high priority. No, you need to stand out. You're applying, you're competing with a lot of people. Thousands of applicants are applying and you're going to compete with them. So you need to structure out your application very well. Seek for help. Don't be so naive, thinking that you know everything. So reach out to people, don't fear. That's all about the application. Thank you. Then I'll share the link I won't share the page to show you how the application is done. I had created an account.
Thank you very much, John. That was a very well elaborated presentation.
I'm still,
Okay.
there's a part I want to show to the applicants. So this is the account that I actually created for you guys. And once you log in, it will prompt you to log in. It's loading.
John, are you done? Or are you still loading it?
I think John has got some
I
internet
think
problem.
the network has caused it
Hello?
a bit. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
Okay, okay.
Let me just share the screen. Yeah, so this is how the your application look like from the portal once you create the account and you activated everything. So we have everything. It's just very logical and very simple. You have made it in a way that everyone can easily interact with it. So we have the personal information, we have family information, we have the contact information, we have the education information, language, work experience, academic documents, social activities, Turkey experience, and my application. All these steps, when you're done, it means you're done with your application. For the personal information, here, you only need to fill in. Have you seen? Once you're creating your account, please, I encourage people, don't mess up your name, how it appears. It needs to be exactly how it appears on your academic documents or even your passport, because those are the things that you can never change. You also need to check your country. From there, even other places like identification card, you just enter in later on. If you have anything that you need to change, just click on edit. Then changes will be placed here, like for religious. You can just click here. It will pop up. You fill up everything here. Have you seen? Here, Peter, McCall, Okello, these are things that I can never change because in the process of creating, they remain static. Then for your passport photo, you need to upload it here. When you go to the family information, for the family, this will talk about your mother, father, and even how many siblings do you have. Just put exactly how it appears on your documents. Contact information, this will now be like your next of kin, who will be actually be reached out in case of any emergency. And also like contact your current country of residence. If you're in Kenya, put Kenya. If you're in South Sudan, put South Sudan. Are you getting? Then here, social media. Are you on social media? Put your LinkedIn, put just only the links. The most important part is education information. For the education information, if you have completed high school, click your high school. If you have completed if you have also completed your first degree and you're going for masters, if it is masters, click masters, which is the bachelor's degree. Are you getting? Postgraduate, click postgraduate. Let me use a sample. That's the first document, because obviously you cannot go to, I have to enter my high school information for where I completed from. So you put in your country where you got it from, what is the education about, which grade did you get? Then after that, you need to upload it from here. The diploma or even the transcript. The diploma is a certificate of your Form 4, or the diploma is just that certificate of your bachelor's. That's what is needed. For the transcript, you need to upload it on this side. Click on the, once you click here, it will actually take you to the file where you actually upload it. Not very hard. You can solve. Experiences abroad. If you are someone who have gone to abroad before, you have to talk about your experience. If you have never, just click not applicable. Language details. Language details, this is where people have a lot of issues. Native language. Which language are you good in? Again, South Sudan. South Sudan normally speak English, so it's not complicated. Just put English, and if you know more than 3 languages, just stay them on. That is all. It has no issue, because it will not affect your application. Turkish language skills. You speak Turkish. If you don't speak Turkish, there's no problem. It's not a crime. Then your work experience. For your work experience, you have to just click here, add. If there's a organization or if you've ever worked before, just click add. Here, so you select the country where you work from, the name of the company or the NGOs you have been working. What's your status? Either you left the job or you're currently employed. Then when did you start the job and when did it end? So please give details about your responsibility. Here, just talk about the roles you played during your work. When you're everything you do, click save. Then after that, you need to draft your CV. Not just drafting, but you have to really make a professional CV. Then after making your CV, you need to come and upload it here. Academic qualifications. Academic qualification, as I stated before, this one is not mandatory. So you can just disregard it, because once you get the scholarship and you reach here,